What's up everybody, Kyler Specs here and welcome back to NoobCraft. This is episode 6 of my Minecraft survival let's play. And in between episodes I have done a thing that I would like to show you guys, but before we get to that, I would like to take a little bit of time to kind of discuss the future of this series and what's going on in my brain head thing, and just kind of where I would like to go from here. And I wrote down a couple of just like goals and future projects that I would like to get to. And if you would like to take a walk down to the beach with me, I got something to show you. Going to the beach, gonna have a good time. Going to the beach. What's up, Choco? Okay, so this is my board of awesomeness. I have a to-do list that I kind of had planned for the series, and short-term, medium-term goals, and then kind of the long-term overarching goals that I would like the series as a whole to kind of fulfill. So a lot of the short-term, medium goals, it's just basic things that most people do in their worlds. Like I want to make a automatic sugarcane farm. I have in parentheses as watchtowers. I kind of want them to be towards the edge of the beach, and just giant towers or maybe lighthouses. I haven't quite decided yet, but so it'd be a kind of dual purpose thing, and the little watchtower on top for people to kind of look out, make sure ships don't run aground. But inside will be our sugarcane farm, and same thing with the automatic melon and pumpkin farm, because I have been doing these manually and it is very, very dull. But second, I want villager trading for all of our important professions. So all of like the blacksmith, weaponsmith, toolsmith, armorer. Let's see what else. Some farmers, just like for emeralds and everything. I want to start setting up like actual villagers and get designated storage for them, so we can make a bunch of emeralds and then stock up on some of the goodies that they get. This is a really important one. Bigger storage unit. Just a regular manual one, but I have stuff kind of strewn about just everywhere, and also got a little bit of stuff, and ignore the spoiler you just saw on my right. But so I want to get a decent sized storage unit and have everything kind of centralized all in one location, so it makes it a little easier, so I'm not just running around checking chests. This needs to get done pretty soon. Finish the storage room for the slime farm. It's just one hopper hooked up to a chest, and it's really not doing the trick. It's overloading very easily, so we need to add a lot more hoppers and chests. And I'm thinking of covering up the hole and making like a welcome center, because it is really close to spawn. So maybe just a giant welcome center, like city town hall type area, and then maybe that's where we can have our storage unit. Ooh, and before it turns nighttime, let's go sleep. So like I was saying, I want to cover up that big old slime hole, and then maybe create like a town hall center. I want to build additional houses for the villagers for the seaside village. This kind of is the seaside village, or at least it's going to be. So I want to actually have houses and have just regular villagers kind of populating it, and we will set up like the paths and the area, so it's either like non-spawnable for hostile mobs, or they're going to be safe, because I don't want them just dying out left and right. And I want to make a barn and stable so I can move all the animals to a designated area. That way we don't have just the cows, chickens, and sheep and horses and everything just kind of walking around, or, well, they're in pens, but just in this way, because this, I want this area to be a dock, which is the next one. Build harbor / dock. Also learn how to build ships, because I don't know how to do that. And they look hard, and I'm dumb, so that's gonna be bad. Sorry about that. That made me automatic farm for a good food source is the next one. I'm thinking just cows, just make an automated cow cooker thing. It shouldn't be that hard. Or maybe a chicken. I do have a little bit of emeralds, and I do have a farmer in there who sells golden carrots. So it's, I think, 3 emeralds or 4 emeralds for 3 carrots or something, which I know if I turn him in, 3 for 3. If I turn him into a zombie, it'll be 1 emerald for 3. So I think ultimately this is kind of what we'll move to, but until then we're sticking with steak. Plus I like steak, and I'll definitely eat steak over carrots. But carrots are the best. At least the golden carrots have the best saturation in the game, so we'll see how that goes. Update to version 1.16, because I am still on 1.15.2, and I really want to start exploring the nether, but I've just been kind of taking my time building here, and I'm waiting until we actually start going over to the nether and tackling like the nether fortresses and like wither skeletons and all that. So once we get to that stage, then I want to probably delete the whole nether folder and just upgrade and then start with the brand new nether. And I also want to start nether portals, start setting up all the nether portal system, either like on the roof or really high up out of the way, and not like a complete nether hub, but just to start exploring the world and getting to the different biomes a little quicker. As yeah, I went to a jungle, and then what else did I have to go to? I tried to find a desert and a savanna for acacia, and actually I found a desert temple, and I found some real good loot that I need to show you guys, so hopefully I remember that later. Next, explore and conquer nether fortress, which kind of ties in with the nether update. Locate a stronghold. I want to kind of work towards, I guess, end game, late game, even though beating or making it to the end, it's not going to be, the end of this series. It's going to go long after that. But just having an elytra and access to shulker boxes will make everything so much easier and a lot more accessible, and help me stay organized and finish bigger projects. This middle row is more of like a miscellaneous kind of like personal-ish like things. Decide on name for the seaside village and nearby city. There's going to be a city. I'm really trying to show what's over there. There's plains over that hill, and I'm gonna have like the main city. We're gonna take a crack at building our first castle. Pigman, I am talking. Don't be rude. I will come up there. Ooh, give me 1 second. Where you at? Where are you? Oh. Really? I said shush. Anyway, so there's gonna be a nearby city, and it'll be more of a established medieval type city. So instead of just like this coarse kind of rural path, it's gonna have like actual like city streets and decent sized buildings, walls, all that good stuff. So I'm really excited to work on that. But that's at least for the big stuff, for the establishing the city. That's going into the long-term goals. Switch to hard difficulty. Because I'm still playing on normal, so I am thinking about switching it over. I have died a couple times, but I'm not looking forward to actually losing all my stuff. Like, luckily they haven't been in any really bad situations. It's just been because I'm stupid. Ooh, which I wasn't recording, but I died to a slime. That was fun. Build shops for the different villager jobs and mob proof the whole village, so the villagers can kind of wander around freely. For all of the different village jobs, at least the important ones that we want, which we might have some have like little stands and everything, but I want to have designated shops and like theme shops for each of the villagers to make the village a little more immersive than just kind of having a couple random buildings. And I want villagers all over the place, kind of like traveling back and forth. Is one thing that's always bothered me about some of the builds that I've seen is that their cities slash houses, villages, whatever, it always looks kind of barren because they don't have villagers there. So I want to add some shops and add to the population. And then now this is getting into like the long term, like overarching stuff that we're going to do throughout the series that you guys have to look forward to and I get to dread. Set up another hub, and I want the nether hub with a portal that leads to every single biome, so it makes it easier to collect resources, stuff like that. An automatic storage system for every item, and this might be a main base, like have that, like make a giant either like castle or bunker area. I haven't really decided if I even want like a main base, but I do want a main automatic storage system that can hold every item, so whenever we get done with all of our projects or farming for resources, I can just dump it all in and it automatically sorts it out. Defeat Ender Dragon and explore the end. Got to get that elytra. I kind of want this to be special. I don't want to rush through beating the dragon. I don't view that as like, oh, you know, the series is coming to an end or anything, but I kind of want to hold off on that until I get a lot of the world established and everything. Fight the Wither. I want a beacon because mining sucks, and then plus I can add a bunch of like buffs and everything throughout like the village, and especially for the main city. I want a couple beacons, and then maybe build Wither Skelly farm for the skulls. This one I am really big into just writing in general, so I kind of want to create a logical lore and like world history, add some storylines for you guys about maybe just like certain characters. And it's nighttime already. And Redstone Master, never gonna happen, but I want to build a bunch of different XP farms, industrial sized farms, like the Ender gold farm for the zombie piglins, all that stuff. Create cities, kingdom, and every type of biome. I think it'd be cool to experiment with different styles and use the resources. And I'm going to bed. But I think it'd be cool to experiment with all of the different, I guess, local resources that they have, like using like sandstone builds, building more of like a Egyptian, Persian type aesthetic instead of just using regular wood and stone and stuff, and just experimenting with different build styles. I think that would be awesome, and it would help expand the world and create different like countries, kingdoms, and everything. Conquer Ocean Monument and build a guardian farm. Kind of goes along with that, but mostly for Prismarine. Probably not going to make it a experience farm because that's just so much hassle since they have thorns. And then the overarching goal of this series, get good. That is the #1 goal, is to not be a noob no mo. But yeah, so this is kind of just a small board of what I would like to do eventually, and as we cross stuff off and come up with new projects, we can add some more and then take them off as needed. So that concludes today's weekly PowerPoint presentation. I don't know why I'm bobbing my head when I'm talking, but it adds vigor. So now that NoobCraft's PowerPoint presentation of death is done, I want to show you guys what I've been working on in between episodes. Ooh, real quick, I want to show you guys the loot that I got from the desert temple when I was looking for the savanna biome for the acacia wood. And there wasn't that much good stuff, but I did manage to find this enchanted golden apple. I know this is one of the hardest items to get, so I am very happy that we got lucky enough to grab this. But I do not want to eat this. I think for this one, I am going to turn it into that banner pattern, and then hopefully the Minecraft gods will smile upon us and we will get another one. So I need a piece of paper, and I think it's here, right? Yep. Banner pattern thing. Okay, so I have no idea what this actually looks like, but we got the banner pattern. Let's see, will it show up if we just... it doesn't show. Okay, so we need a banner. Okay, so we'll look at that later, but I just wanted to show you guys what I got for that. And now, for realsies this time, let's go look at what I've been doing. I don't know why I hit that button. So the first set of goals I wanted to start focusing on was expanding and populating our village. The next villager traders that I want were the toolsmith and weaponsmith. So keeping that in mind, I designed this building to have the living quarters on the first floor and the shops set up on the second floor. Usually I go into a creative test world to map out how I want the building to look, but for this one I just kind of freestyled it. Originally I wanted this to be a smaller one-story shop with sleeping quarters attached to the side, but I didn't notice how close the back of the house was to the hill until most of the first floor was done. I like the layout of the generated terrain, and I don't want to alter or flatten it out too much, so I decided to add some stairs on either side of the building and connect it to a balcony that runs along the back, adding a small bridge connecting that to the top of the hill. So now that all our villagers are set up, I think it's time to name the shop and introduce you to the owners as well as their staff. So we have our two owners over in the corner. One's a weaponsmith, one is a toolsmith. And if you guys are familiar with D&D, there was an old PlayStation game called Baldur's Gate that I used to love playing as a child. So in honor of that, we have our weaponsmith Baldur's, our toolsmith Gate, and their helpers Tobias and Kip. And the name of the shop would be Baldur's Gate, established September 2020. So now that the shop is done, I think it's time to finish this path to link it up with everything else. So I thought I would do that in the form of a time lapse, and I will see you guys when I get back. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse. This place is coming together really nicely, and I really like how this all turned out. It's very, very cozy, and it gets me excited for slowly expanding this. So you guys may have noticed that in the time lapse and now that the textures look a little bit different. And though I do like the vanilla textures, I am really fond of this texture pack, and this is by fWhip, who a link to his texture pack and also his YouTube channel, if you guys don't know him, will be down below. And it's an amazing looking texture pack, and I figured I would stick with this for a little bit. Let me know what you guys think down below. That being said, I was putting all of my stuff away from building the house and then building up that path, and it's getting really bad. I never really set up an actual kind of storage, like organized storage area, so I think that will be my next thing I tackle. But sadly, for now, I am out of time. So this is going to be the end of the episode. Thank you all for hanging out with me. My name has been Kyler Specs, and I will see you guys in the next episode.